Welcome, one and all, to another episode within this lovely little experience we call the Zuster Sabbat venue. This scene shall see one, a raven, attempting to get in contact with a gang of high repute in refugees and respect, and all those other fancy words that no one really talks about. Simply get haven't gotten information, very eclectic and enigmatic message that says she is to board a transport heading down the highway at this and such time at this such night. And there she will find her quarry. It is currently the highway, long and abandoned, winding road, trees on both sides, and every once in a while, one of those big honking 18-wheelers just go by at not the breakneck speed, because there's a turn up ahead you got to slow down for. And that's where we will meet Raven in a pit stop in one of those little parks you sleep, a little park you take a little bit of break from with some vending machines and some bathrooms, and if you know the right place to look, drugs and hookers.
She's not the most socially adept person, nor is she the most interactive sort of person. So any sort of other people that might be around, she mostly ignores, and she's focused on the road, watching for the pickup, smoking a cigarette. So focused even that she almost burns herself and drops the cigarette on the floor rapidly.
Um, well, someone comes up behind you and he sounds a little lost as he goes, "Hey, you got the CPP? Or are the legs open for business? What's up? What's up?"
She's going to turn towards him and can I intimidate somebody by looking at them? Not
Sure,
using
yeah.
weapons.
You can totally intimidate people by looking at them. You just gotta give them this really fucked off glare.
Um, Hang on a minute, let me check.
Do appearance plus intimidate. Okay. I'll give you the three successes. Three plus one, four. Okay. Um, do you want to describe how you're menacing Ignis?
She's um well, she's only got one eye for a start. She has an eye patch, and she's incredibly pale and has some pretty gnarly looking scars. And she just turns towards the yet another person that's interrupted her today when she's trying to do what she's going to do, and just gives him this cold, sociopathic stare with a
Okay.
slight sort of flinch towards him as if she's going to bite but doesn't.
Oh, if you had flash of franks, that would have been awesome.
No, she just goes like that, sort of in the way that someone might try and scare you off if you're annoying them, in a
Okay,
badass way.
okay. This guy, he just puts his hands up like, he's reevaluating his decision to go ahead with this, and he goes to someone other that looks uh, equally as misshapen but with shorter dress.
Yeah.
Okay. It's it's getting later on to the evening. An hour passes by with no sign or fear of what you're looking for, and then there it is. Um, Down the highway, slowing up, is actually a truck. Um, with the near the attire, the ad advertising something called Real Veal Butchery. It's incorporated, of course, and
Mhm.
that is your truck. and it is not slowing down. And it is not stopping, but it is slowing down enough that if you were running for it, you could probably catch up to it.
Okay. I'm going to spend some blood into dexterity.
Mhm.
Can I spend 2 points of blood into it? Is that okay? Out of round?
One, yeah. It's gonna be a couple of rounds you can do this for.
Yeah. And then I'm going to, as it gets closer, run up to it and then try and jump onto it.
Okay. Do me a wits plus protean roll. Just the number of dice you have protean plus wits.
Not a great roll.
You get one success. Okay. As you're jumping, as you're leaping through the air, your hands just almost not reactionary, almost like you're acting on instinct at this point, just sort of claw themselves out, and you're grabbing onto the side while it is starting to move up a bit. And you are securely on the side of the 18-wheeler. Now you've
Yeah.
got to climb.
I will climb.
Yes.
God damn it. Well, actually, that's alright. Just negate those two ones. I've got 2 successes.
Like, so as as you get your hands up there, you're trying to move your feet up a bit, but you keep catching onto the wheels as it's sliding off. But eventually, you're able to right yourself up to get on the top, and you're kind of able to pull yourself up. Give me one more check and don't fail this time.
Just to be extra sure, I'll spend a point willpower. Because I don't want to fall. That will hurt. Well, I didn't need to, but. Oh, successes! Yay!
You know what? Well, okay. You can add a little bit of flair to this. Stun it.
She pulls herself up to her chin, is over the top of the truck, and then sort of semi bounces on her hands and flips over so her feet land first, and then her hands come up in a forward sort of flip.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, Actually, you do it so well that your boots, or whatever footwear you're having, actually seem to flick and catch a little bit of the moonlight as well. Successfully. Um, and you're up there, and the truck is now speeding along at 50 miles per hour at this point. And unfortunately, you don't really see anyone, which is odd.
Hmm. I walk
And
down. I walk down towards the cab and
okay,
sort of.
okay. You walk down towards the cab and do me a favor and do a perception plus alertness roll. Difficulty 8.
I'm going to need some good rolls on this if it's site based. One eye floor.
Oh,
Um, perception. No, just the one success.
okay. I'm gonna give this guy. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay. There's flapping that just goes right across the good part of your eye. It's a fairly nice sized bat. And by the time you spin around to actually watch it pass, as there is a gangly, gnarly, quite actually smaller than you would think, given the reputation. But it looks like a street kid, a rather successful street kid. It is I'd like to portray him as.
She sort of she tilts her head in a way a bird might do, sort of all the way to cock to one side, and then tilts it back straight.
When you cock your head, the free kick cocks its head much the same way. It snaps back to the plow.
I only have one eye to look at you with. She peers a little bit closer.
What is this wealth before me?
Didn't quite hear you then, sorry. What did you say?
Oh, ah,
Out of character, I didn't hear you.
I know, I know.
Broke up.
Give me a second. What wealth stands before me?
They call me Raven.
Raven. And why do they call you Raven?
Perhaps because of the one eye.
Nevermore, nevermore, rapping on my chamber door. Quoth the Raven.
Nevermore.
All right. All right. So, tell me, daughter of Anon, he says as he's crossing his legs at this moment, standing on the 18-wheeler going on the highway. The wind is just brushing the hair up and down in these crazy full flirts. And every once in a while, you catch a glimpse of what looks like elongated ears. Ears.
Someone mentioned your name to me, and I was interested in meeting you.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. And when I made interesting, I made blah. Look, well, I just came from New York, and I just came from the fucking All Gathering. And so, since I don't remember you at the All Gathering, how many winters have you had so far?
How many
Winters.
winters? In my true form or in my human illusion form?
I'm gonna ask you about that in a second. But let's go with your real form. Your form now.
10 that I can remember.
Hmm, okay, 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 okay. And why do you call your human form your illusionary form?
Because it was the form in which I denied myself of my true predatory nature. To live in that form as some Cainites do is an illusion.
You know, they say the world is an illusion unto itself. They, that because you know it is a lie, you can transform yourself. You can change the illusion to the way both fits you and fits you.
You see her smile flicker on her otherwise expressionless face as you say those words, and she nods.
Mm, you know, there's a song that reminds me. No, no, not right now. Yeah, maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe when I get to know you better. Yes, I am Yo-Yo. Yes, I was
Yeah.
here for a bit. No, I am not older than you. Yes, I have done some stupid shit. Yes, I've even gotten away with doing some stupid shit. And what exploits do you bring here, or where are you headed? Where are you going?
I find it important at my stage of development now to seek out a pack.
Hmm. Where? Well, which city are you going right now? Are you going to Boston? You going to Chicago? You gonna try for LA? You going to New York? You gonna go to Alabama? Where are you going?
She looks at the in the distance to where the truck's travelling. Hopefully back to New York.
Like, New York, New York, New York. No, don't go to New York just yet. You're not ready. Go to Zuster. Spend some time there, then come to New York.
That's what they say. Yes. But seeing as you've been around longer than I have, in a more collaborative sense, then I will take your word for it.
Here's the thing about New York. They don't play by the same rules as they do elsewhere. It's like the illusion is cracking under its own weight, and all these little different things are just flooding in. It's not a good place.
It must have changed somewhat since I last lived there.
Well, that depends. Since I've heard a lot of crazy stories about people who may or may not be living or lying or dying. But seriously, can you fall off this thing?
I can.
Will you?
She looks down. What? She's
Um,
about to ask what service that would that provide, and then she sort of remembers perhaps she is being. She sort of wonders whether she's being tested or not, and therefore makes sort of a. She pulls her lower lip up in a sort of expression, and then all right,
I'm not stopping you.
and I'm gonna jump off and try and land as well as possible.
Okay, okay, okay. Good choice. Bad choice, but good choice. You definitely impressed upon us something. Um, make a Dex plus athletics roll, difficulty 8. The more success you get, the better it will be. Okay, 2. I'm gonna roll 10 points. I'm gonna roll 8, not 10. I'm gonna roll 7 points of lethal. So,
Okay. Okay. Stamina fortune.
yep.
I should have a good enough chance of this. Unless I roll all the fucking ones. One success.
Um,
Oh, damn it.
okay, okay. You make the roll, and you're pretty sure that you would have done this fairly certainly. I mean, you've got the jacket, you've got the protective stuff on, but for some reason you just scrape your head a bit. It, Um, and there's gonna be a gnarly. If you were still a human, you would have a gnarly gash there. But besides that, you're fairly okay. You just tumble into the grass, and from off in the distance, if you're paying attention to the truck, but the street kid also does likewise, with a certain little bit more grace, and a certain little bit more sturdiness, simply because of his experience in this time. And I'm gonna roll together. Yeah, pretty much. And he rolls into the center of the road and looks back down the road, almost a bit expectantly.
She's she pulls herself to her feet and doesn't seem all that bothered about the injury. She knows that she could heal it later.
Okay, okay,
She's a little bit embarrassed that she couldn't pull it off as well as she hoped, but she's trying to hide that.
okay. These street kids are just gonna start so walking back down the road to who he assumes to be Raven,
Hmm.
and looks at you. Yeah, I think you'll like Zuster.
It's somewhat difficult to ignore it now.
Oh, the massive. It's like, those will heal over time. When you're confused, spend a night in the wilderness, drink of the blood of animals, drink nothing but a sweet aid water, and you'll be fine, totally fine. Nothing bad will happen to you out here, unless you find werewolves.
No werewolves so far.
True. Also, there's this, there's this guy. He says, and he's walking down the road, which and several hours before dawning. He's like, but there's this one guy. He's supposed for you to walk with him. There's this one guy, Officer Bloodfist. If an officer pulls you over and you can't scare him off, you start running. It's not a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Now, as far as Easter goes, I'll look. You did you did what I asked you to, so I'll help you out a bit. There are a couple different packs. There's a meaning a little smaller one, but I'm gonna give you the rundown on the important time bandits. If you encounter a time bandit, play their game and try not to die. Okay?
Mm.
If you come against the if you find yourself with the 40k, talk kindly about them. If you come upon the pack that's known as the Tentacle Party, ready? You've done something wrong, and unless you have one of the other packs at your back, you're gonna have to run away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you come across a pack called the Boys, you're already in a bad situation, and you either need to fight your way out or hope someone comes to get your ass. Got that?
I got it.
Okay, listen, important people. Um, there's Aquafane. He's the he's like got so many fucking titles, it's hard to explain. He's the Cathari with a lot of authority behind him. Try to entertain him as much as you can.
She sort of smiles a little bit. I'll try.
Goodwill. Andy Kim. Um, currently, Currently the top brass, the top uh, top T's, well liked and well respected. So eh, she's not she's not Cathari. She's she's something else. As long as you don't do anything too stupid like shoot up at cops. Also, don't shoot at the cops. Seriously, do not shoot at the cops. You see the cops. I know you could kill cops like really easily, but don't kill cops. We've already had enough of that bullshit around here.
Don't worry, I'm all about avoiding causing too much tension to myself.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. More important people. Joseph Kruger. Spies. Don't trust him.
Oh, I've met him.
It's like, oh, good and bad. And worse.
He was following me. I saw him.
You saw him while he was following you.
Mhm. You can't be that good of a
Ooh,
spy.
damn. Well, good job. Murdoch. Douglas Murdoch. Every son of a bitch. Bitch. Also quite smart and clever. If he asks you to do a job, try to do it.
All right.
James Graham. Game master for the most part. Alright, again, he's with the time man, and it's play nice. You okay? Let's see. There's general other bishops, but you never will see them around. Um, Jacob Burns, Great Arrow. He'll do what he has. Uh, always keep your deals with James Burns above the board.
She nods in understanding. You get the impression she's not much of a talker.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking good. He was cracking his head a little bit. Okay. Also, I'm the Bishop of the Crossroads.
I see.
Good, good. There are other gangrel about, well, but they do not present themselves, and I don't care what they do. I just take the title of Bishop of the Crossroads because it amuses me greatly. Also, one other person. If you meet a person that calls herself a Dr. Forrest, be nice. And when I mean be nice, I mean be nice.
I'm rarely nasty.
Good, good. You sort of look to this cause at one point and make a dodge roll.
Okay. I think that's right. Hang on, let me check my sheet.
It's Dex Athletics.
Yeah, I was just checking. No successes, all the fucking ones.
That's unfortunate. Like, well, for whatever reason, your movement this way and Yo-Yo's movement that way, you're barely getting a slight that there's a claw approaching for your chest, and it's going to do I don't know, immediate amount of damage. Not too bad. Like, oh shit! Make a circle with armor and fortitude.
Yeah. It might.
Wow, wait, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Only one. But my stamina's 4 and my fortitude's 3.
Aggregate damage. Pause.
Oh, sorry, reroll.
It's alright. I should have specified.
Um, yeah, 4 dice. 3 successes.
Okay. Your body is able to take a good amount of damage, but like this one little claw talon, it just snuck through, and it hurts. It hurts like a bitch. Everything else you've suffered up to now, you're pretty sure you could heal off no problem, but this is something that's pissing you off and really fucking hurts. Go ahead and make me self-control check.
Well, it's instinct, isn't it? I imagine it would be above a level 4 instinct check.
Go ahead and roll it. See what happens.
Um, nope.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna pull that here. You are frenzying. You are going out of control. The man, the street kid who just calls you up, sees that you're chaotic rage inside your head, and he's gonna not do try this. And there's a howling, but as you're listening to it, as you listen to the raging beast inside, that just wants to rip, all and tear, there's another answering voice that answers the howl that your beast is answers to. And go ahead and remake that instinct roll. Okay. Okay. You get to decide now whether you want to continue raging or whether you want to direct your fury or whether you just want to stop. Actually, if you want to just go ahead and call up some trees, that'd probably work just fine.
She will try and control it because that's, sort of the nature of a path.
Okay, okay.
So she'll
Um,
try and steer away from, try and get herself back under control.
okay. There's some trees about. There's some fencing you can go fuck up. The more stuff you fuck up, the more you'll be able to get yourself under control.
Yeah, she's gonna sort of head towards the trees.
Okay. Hey, make me a strength. I like that. I like that. I like what you have right there a lot. And I'm gonna tell you something fun. You look at this tree. You just see it. You feel the wastage of years and years that you still need to live to outlive this thing. The undying life that you currently live, it's far surpassed this tree's life of living. And it's decades of growth and development, and that tree is just gone. It's falling over. It's falling over further into the tree line. As you just taking something living and you just destroy it. Something of decades of work, and you something not even 2 or 3 decades, maybe even 2 decades of unliving at the most. Those have just undone. How do you feel about that?
Fine.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
can't see why I wouldn't feel fine about that.
Because it's something living and you are. Don't worry about it. Okay. You are able to get control of yourself. And the last thing you will hear from the street kid the one you've come to know as Yo-Yo is, I've put my mark upon you. Do me well. And he disappeared. Is there anything more you would like to do with this scene?
Um, she's now gonna go and hunt, so we can do a quick hunting check
Sure, sure, sure.
if you like.
Uh, do you want to go back to the pit stop for some stupid humans, or do you want to go for some live game?
The way she hunts tends to be stuff on the run, so she's a coursing predator, as she put it. So she prefers to chase things down. Um, so and she's practicing for when she has animal form, but not quite yet. So sort of the basic um, motive of it is she finds somebody usually walking on their own and initiates a chase.
Okay, okay. In that case, you will find yourself back at the pit stop, back
Yeah.
with the losers and dregs and hookers, and drug dealers, them aforementioned everywheres. And off to the side, you see one gentleman flicking his pants back on with this stupid smile on his face. And actually, it looks almost exactly like the person you brushed off before, or as this gentleman is just walking back in the less lit area of the pit stop. Uh, oh, little more drunken, little hot. Trying to find his car, which is inevitably in the wrong spot.
Mm.
There, he's using his key as some sort of lantern, like this would make any other sense anyplace else. There, there.
She's gonna come up
Good, good.
behind him and grab him, or attempt to grab him.
Okay, okay. Hey, mm, let's see. It's not gonna be very hard to grab. Okay, for some reason, you're going to grab for him here, but in his drunken high state, he just sort of goes this way onto the ground a bit. He like catches himself and he's rolling on his forelegs. Up, oh, stupid fucking car. I can eat the shit out of you. I'm gonna take you to a chop shop. I'm gonna take out the jam radio. I'm gonna take out your freaking tires, and then I'm gonna scratch the fuck out of your bender. Cause fuck you, car, for doing this to me.
Um, she tries to get his attention by grabbing for him again. Not necessarily a grapple this time, but more to grab him on the back, sort of a pat.
Um, do you have any streetwise?
Yes.
Okay, give me a wits plus streetwise.
What is my streetwise object? Oh, it's 3.
Okay, okay, okay. It occurs to you that if you wanted this guy to start running or get his attention, you might be able to do it successfully if you faked being police, like shouted, "Police, hands up!" or did the ruining siren noise with your mouth. That would get him running.
Okay. So she says, "Police, hands up."
Like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and this guy, on his hands and knees, just sort of doing this motion like a cow might do, and then he's quickly getting himself up to three, then two, as he wants to run, but he's not in his need for shape. He can't really run. He's sort of like walking really fast, away from the limited safety of the pavilion and the pit stop, and he's trying to book it. He's just trying to book it. but he's nowhere near fast enough that you wouldn't be able to just jump on him next turn.
Yeah, she normally would keep up this chase. If he wasn't so drunk, it'd be more fun. And she doesn't really enjoy the fact that this isn't the sort of satisfactory kill that she would normally get, but she's hungry, she's injured, and she needs the blood. So as soon as she's able, she will jump on him and begin to feed.
All right, all right. Are you going for a throat shot? You just going to plant the kiss and drain real sweetly? Or you gonna try to do something fishy with your knives, or are you just gonna drink this guy? And how much do you drink it?
She's basically just going to bite him like on the back of the between sort of where the neck connects to the shoulder, um, and feed. She's not doing anything fancy. She's just in a sort of way that an animal might take down prey. She just sort of grabs him, bites him by the neck, and then falls
Okay, okay.
onto the floor.
So the picture I'm getting is a lion or a lioness really looking at this really, really drunk gazelle. And he's like, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Now, how much do you drink? Do you drink this guy dry? Do you want to maybe want to live a bit more, or you just really don't care at this point?
it is not sensible to drink this guy completely dry because people are going to be like, how did he die? If he could have bled out, but
Okay, okay,
how's he
okay.
going to bleed out with no blood? So she's going to take, I'd say, I'm going to go for like 8 points and then leave two in there. And when I'm
Um,
finished, I'll,
I'm gonna say you take 5 points because you take eight, that will just kill this guy.
I want to kill him.
Oh, you want to kill him? Okay, that's fine too. Okay, you're in the path of feral heart, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay, then you don't kill this guy. You take the five. I think you take the five, and then actually, yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, it's. I mean, I think it probably would be a path check if I was killing him for no reason. But I think killing to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. My mistake, my
if you
mistake. I
need the
wasn't thinking
blood.
right. Hey, yeah, yeah. You can
If I
totally
was
drink.
just killing him for the fun of it, then yeah. But I'm not. I need the blood.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Totally, totally. It makes sense. I don't even. I wasn't really thinking at the time, and now that I think of it, yeah, you're all right. It's totally justified. Right? I didn't want to like hoodwink you because you're kind of like a new player to all this, so my apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead and bring this guy. A little bit dry, right? And you can heal up the wounds, and you can give him a nice like assorted injury here or there. But for the rest of the night and for a few nights afterwards, you feel really, really uh, do stamina check.
Yeah.
Yeah, do stamina check. Straight stamina.
I'm gonna yeah. I'm basically gonna be spending the blood on healing, but
Yeah,
yeah, I will feel woozy, drunk as fuck.
yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah.
You feel a bit drunk, you feel a bit high, you feel a bit horny actually, as you seem to adopt all the motions and and all the chemical imbalances in this guy's system for maybe a night, and then you're fine for the rest of the time. But it's really a new and awkward sensation sometimes that you have to deal with.
I better take his wallet or something as well to make it look like a mugging as opposed to just somebody randomly killing him.
Yeah, sure.
Even though I'm not interested in the money, but I'll take it anyway.
Okay, okay. Smart thinking, smart thinking. Some of the players don't think that far ahead. Okay, okay. You're fed, you are good and happy, your beach is slated, you're slightly inebriated, and things are going weird for you. And you've been sent on this weird non-quest by someone who you're told to respect and trust. And that is how the scene is going to end. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, alright. Thank you, players, for playing. Specifically you, Lisa. You were outstanding. I don't know where everyone else was. Jokes aside. Uh, Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching, and we hope to see you next time.